Hello, everybody. This is Earl-Dixon with Team Elite, and tonight we have a special guest that's on who have come over. Um, this gentleman is a very distinguished gentleman, um, very experienced in the multi-level marketing arena, has a multitude of experience in software design and support, and have had a lot of success with programs that work. And I want to emphasize that work part. We mean programs that not only the software work, but it pays you. Okay, so Mr. David Rosen is here tonight to be able to um, introduce to us something that basically he started with a long time ago that he's bringing back because of the demand that has been coming from the network that he's tapped into all around the world, and he want to bless some folks. So I'm gonna sit back and let Mr. Rosen do what he do best, is to be himself and to introduce this fabulous program to the world. So guys, tonight we just want you to take a look at it, understand what you got your hands on, and Mr. David will explain the rest. Okay, Mr. Rosen.
How are you, man?
I'm doing wonderful.
Great. I'm glad you can hear me all right. I got my microphone over here. Glad you can hear me okay. What does everybody know at this point, and like where should I begin? And
I heard your video. I really like it. As soon as I get
hey, Conan, how are you?
I'm gonna join. Hey, good.
Good.
Yeah, it sounded really clear. Like whoever did it, of course, I don't know what it looks like, but it sounded great.
I've sent the video to everyone. I don't know if they've watched it yet or not, but I've, tried to get everybody to see some of the information, but not sure they have. So
some people didn't get it
the first time.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got two videos, as you know. There's one video that's on the site, which is really cool. It's, it's got an upbeat and it's fun to watch, and it's really, it explains things pretty good. And then we've got that one that's 2.5 minutes long that shows how the cycling works and is really, really informative. So we got two videos that are really good and tell people what's going on and stuff like that. Now let me do my best to try and tell you a little bit about the system, how it works, and really what makes it work. And I wrote something earlier today because we're just bringing this out. So before I tell you that, let me premise the 50/50 program for you. So as most of you already know from what Earl has mentioned to you in regards to the last program, is that the first program that I had, we have close to 1 million people in the system in 150 countries, and that it did close to $1 billion, and it did. It's still going today. In 2012, I sold the rights to that for 5 years so that I could focus on what we're doing with the other system, which is going exceptionally well. And every time I talked to somebody about co-op, they kept saying, "Hey, David, you know what? That sounds like the greatest program since sliced bread, but the first system is the only thing I ever made money with." So after hearing from about 50 people that they wanted that to come back, and then looking at the time of year that we're at, which is the silly season as far as I'm concerned in this particular industry, because at this time of year, all the programs that didn't work last year, didn't work the year before, didn't work the year before, didn't work the year before, they've dusted them all off and they bring them back out with a different hue of lipstick on them. And people are going to join them, because right now at this time of year, people are thinking, well, how am I going to pay for little Johnny's shoes? How am I going to pay for Sally's new books? How am I going to pay my student loans? How am I going to pay off my credit card bills? And people get desperate and they join things that didn't work. Earl said something which is probably the most important thing that you're going to hear on this call. The systems that I build work. So if you join a system and it says do A, B, C, and you do A, B, C, you're going to get exactly what it says that you're going to get. All right. So that's why the first system did so well. And that's why we're going to do just as well with this particular system, because this particular system when you get started today, like if I call Earl right now and I said, bro, got a new system for you to take a look at. And let's say I joined the 150. I said, bro, I got a new system I want you to take a look at. And he says, dude, that sounds great. I'm joining. He goes to the computer. He registers. He logs into his back office. It says, send David a donation of $75. Send Sally a donation of $75. Before we're off the phone, I got that $75 in my PayPal account. So that's how fast this system works. So it's a super awesome system. It is just absolutely phenomenal. Now, there's a couple of differences between this system and the first system that I put together. That's a 2x2. The first 2x2, and you guys will all agree with this, in a 2x2, you know, the first two people below you usually get nothing. You know, those are your, you know, you bring those people in and you get nothing. Then your next step is to have your two people invite two people, and then you receive from that bottom level. So you receive donations from that bottom level. Now that's the way most 2x2s work. Something else is the way most 2x2s work is that until that 2x2 is completed, you don't get anything. So if you've got 5 positions filled and you're waiting for that last position to fill, you get nothing. That's not the way we operate here. It is totally awesome. Everything is peer-to-peer, and whatever happens, happens. Now, in this 2x2, if Earl is the first person that I invite, that means he's going to land on my first level. I get 50%. That's why it's called 50-50. So when Earl lands on my first position, I get a donation of $75. Sally gets a donation of $75, or whoever that person is that's directly above me. When Earl invites somebody else, let's say he invites Conan, then Earl gets $75. I get $75. That's just 2 people that are in the system. I'm now even forever. Forever, as long as I'm in the system, I'm now even forever. So that's how cool the system is. That's how fast it works. And you receive donations from all 6 positions. Now, here's something else that is totally awesome that I don't believe any other system does. Other systems talk about follow me, and I don't know if have you ever seen a follow me work properly, Earl? All right. Well, there might be a couple of systems out there that work properly, but most 2x2s, they don't work properly. So they don't have a real follow me system. And once that position fills, it splits. One half of your team goes this way, another half of your team goes this way, and you wonder what happened to your team. In this system, there's no boards, there's no splits, and every single person that you invite always stays with you. So if you invite 2 people, if you invite 200, or if you invite 2,000, they always remain with you. And that's the super cool thing about 50-50 and this system. So if you invite 2,000 people, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, well, there's only 6 spots. As soon as those 6 spots are filled, boom, that closes. It goes into your closed matrices. It doesn't split. It goes into your closed matrices so you can see it at all times, and a brand new one opens up. So if you know 2 people or 2,000 people, we have a position for them. All right. And the cool thing is, as I said, for all of the people that you invite, you get 50% of all of those donations. Not once, but forever. So every time they cycle back in under you, you get another 50%. When their teammates cycle back in under you and land in your 2x2, you get another 50%. Now, let me talk about this Mobius loop, and then I'm gonna take some questions. Let me talk, and then I'll tell you the various levels, and then I'll take some questions. This Mobius loop technology, which I created and is part of this 2x2 that nobody else has, works like this, and this is gonna freak you out. So let's say that you invite 2 people, and it takes you 2 days to invite those 2 people. The next 2 days, your 2 people invite their 2 people. So in 4 days, you've got a filled matrix and you got those 6 positions filled. If those 2 people get their 2 people, and that process continues by simply inviting 2 people, you can cycle every 4 days from now until forever. Forever.
That's wild. Yeah.
That is crazy. And here's something else about this system. It has no saturation point. There is no, we could put in 100 billion people into this system and it has no saturation point. I, who am the creator of this system, I'm no different than the rest of you. When I cycle, I come back in under the weakest link, bringing the whole team back in under me and helping that weakest person. So unlike other business owners or business creators, they're always trying to create something that always benefits them. I'm no different than you. If I don't invite anybody, I'm not going to get any donations. And when I do invite people and I cycle, I have to send donations to somebody just like you. Now, unlike me, everybody else, you're going to follow your team, right? So if Earl invited you, you're always going to follow Earl. If Sally invited you, you're always going to follow Sally. If Conan invited you, you're always going to follow Conan, and their teammates will follow as well. Now, here's something else I want to just talk about just before I take your questions. In 50-50, there's 3 different activities. There's a 150. That 150 is a standalone system, so there's no other levels that are part of that 150. In that 150, every time you cycle, you receive 450, and you keep cycling over and over and over again. The next, and that's 50-50 fast. The next one that we have is 50-50 CF. In 50-50 CF, which is crowdfunding, we have a 250 level, we have a 500 level, and we have a 1,000 level. Then we also have 50-50 FF. And in 50-50 FF, we got a $2,500 level and a $5,000 level. In all instances, you always receive 50%. Every time the first person that comes in, boom, you got half your money back. Second person that comes in, no matter how it happens, whether it's help from above or whether it's which is spillover, or whether it's your teammates helping from below, you always get half. Now, here's the really awesome part about these systems. All 3 systems are connected. So if you join today at the 150 and you call me and I say, this is super cool, and I join at the 150, but I say, I'm also joining at the 250 and the 500 because I think this system's so cool, you don't have to fret. You don't have to be worried. You don't have to be afraid and say, oh my gosh, I've lost my teammate. It's actually a good thing for you. You receive immediate benefit on that 150 system. When I move up into the 250 and the 500, I'm going to be inviting people. When you move up into that 250 or the 500, I cycle right back in under you with the whole team. So that's really super cool. You don't have to stress if you don't have the 250. You don't have to use your rent money to get into that system. Just wait, and when you get up there, your team cycles back in under you. So everything about these systems that have been put together are all designed and all made to benefit you, the person who's using the system.
So no matter really what, awesome. You win.
What's that?
No matter what, you win.
No matter what, you win. Exactly, right? And the beautiful thing is, and this is really something that you really have to take to heart. When most people join a system, they don't get anything back. You know, 97% of the people that join these network marketing companies, they don't get anything back. If they get all of their money back, like if they break even, they consider that a win. In this system, as soon as one person lands in your matrix, you've got 50% back. That's a win for most people. So we're all in this together. We call it team crowdfunding. We're all in it together. I help you, you help me, we help your team. So it's an awesome system. Earl, is there any other questions? I see you're getting ready to draw up there. That's awesome. If you have any other questions, go ahead. Any questions at all, go ahead. And if I've missed anything, just ask me and I'll fill it in.
Let me play that video, the little short one.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome because that'll really.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it. I didn't hear that one either.
All right, here we go. All right, hold on, y'all. Here we go.
Watch this and turn $150.
All right, so you can hear it, right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
into 450 multiple times a day, using a proven system that has been helping people all around the world for over 15 years. Welcome to 50/50 crowdfunding, where you always get half. Wake your dreams up in just 3 doable steps. Step 1, register and make a donation of $150 US. Your donation is split 50/50 to help 2 friends. Step 2, invite 3 friends to make a donation of $150 each. You are now even. Step 3, help your 2 friends invite 2 friends each to make a donation. That completes your first wheelhouse, and you've received 6 donations total.
All right, so I stopped it right there to make sure everybody understand what they just saw. So does anybody have any questions so far on what you just saw?
So when you hit 450, that's when your first matrix is filled.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
but you don't have to wait to get all those donations. When number 1 came in, he's sending you $75. When number 2 comes in, he's sending you $75. When
right.
4, 5, and 6, so you're receiving donations immediately upon those people coming in, so you don't need to wait.
So I'm receiving money every time someone comes in.
Correct.
50%?
50%. You always get half.
Yeah. Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome.
All right. So anybody else got a question right now before we go on? If you do, unmute yourself. If not, I'm gonna hit the play button. Here we go.
Totaling 450. Now the magic happens. Your wheelhouse closes and you are automatically...
Stop that for a second, please.
All right. All right.
Okay. Now you see that closed wheelhouse there on the left hand of the side of the screen?
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't split. It stays exactly like it is. When you log into your back office, you have something, when you click on My Wealth Center, you'll have several links. One of them will be your open matrices. The other one will be your closed matrices. So if you have 1 closed matrix or you have 750 closed matrices, you'll always see them in your closed matrices. So you always have a historical record of everything that happens in your system. Now you see over there on the right-hand side, a brand new one opens up. At that point, you're instructed to send 2 more donations because you already received 6. You're instructed to send 2 more, and a brand new one opens up waiting for you to receive 6 more donations. I just want to make sure, is that clear with everybody?
Yeah, it's clear with me. So what you're saying is, at this point, I received $450. I got that money in my pocket, or that money, let's talk about that. That money is sent any way that you what?
Any way that you want.
That's right. If you want pennies, nickels, and dimes, and you want to walk up to my front door and deliver, it can be sent that way, Western Union, Bitcoin.
The Cash App, PayPal.
Yeah.
I'm talking
e-transfer.
E-transfer, exactly, right? So any way that you determine between each other, even Bitcoin, you can even come into the system using Bitcoin to pay that software fee.
Awesome. So now I got $450. I got my hands on that money, and I want to make some more money, right? And tell us what's the next step, because that's
another wheelhouse opens up, and then you...
All right, Conan. That's what I'm talking about. So you're looking at another wheelhouse to your right. So Dave, I'm gonna let you take it from here. You want me to hit
I just wanted to make sure that we're clear where we are right now. You can let the video play now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wheelhouse, ready to receive another 450 without any extra effort. No boards, no splits, and you always remain with your team, and your team remains with you. That's because of our super technologies, the Follow Me Matrix and the Mobius Loop. Watch what happens now. As your original 2 friends complete their matrices, they follow you, giving you...
Okay, let's stop that for a second.
Okay.
Because that is super cool. Now, did everyone get what happened there?
I did.
Yep.
All right, because what happened is that number 1 and number 2, they now have 6 people in their matrix.
Right.
So they follow you. So they come back in under you. Now, if you invited all 6 of those people, if number 6 was the next one to complete their matrix, number 6 would go where number 1 is. So it's not always going to be number 1 or number 2 landing in that same spot. It's whoever is part of your team. Whenever they complete, they come back in the first open position.
Okay. But I'll always have a team. They'll always follow me. Yeah.
You'll always have a team above, and you don't always have a team below, but you always have a team above, because when you come back in, you're always coming in under the person that invited you. Or if that person has quit or they got suspended because they didn't send their donations, then you'll come in under somebody in their upline, in their direct upline.
But I'll always have a sponsor.
You'll always have somebody in there. That's right. You'll never be alone.
Awesome. Awesome. So at this point, David, where I see you, and that you is everybody that's on this board, you can put yourself in that position.
Exactly. And here's the really cool thing about that is that each of us, you're always you, right? So you can be in Earl's matrix, but when you open up yours, you're going to see you. So you're always the king or queen of your own castle. And you can control what you do with your system. No one can stop you from benefiting in the system because it's all about you and the people that are above you.
So if I never ever stop promoting it and I keep bringing people in, that's on me, right?
Right, exactly. Because if the person above you doesn't want to do anything, that's on them. That shouldn't stop you because you'll continue to receive much more than that person that's above you.
Right.
The other thing here that I want everyone to understand, and it doesn't happen very often because people don't want to get suspended from the system. Let's say number 2 cycles back in and for some reason they don't want to send their donation. Don't let that spoil the rest of your dream because number 2 says, I don't like the system. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't want to do it. Don't let that spoil you because if they don't send the donation, A, they get suspended and any donations that were supposed to go to them, they'll follow up. They'll roll up to a higher team. And B, once your matrix fills, they go into the closed matrices and they'll never come back to bother you again. So don't let somebody else's actions hinder what you're doing.
Awesome.
Great.
I love that. That's
great. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Don't let anyone else spoil your dreams.
Right. So right here on this, on the new one that just opened up, okay, what we see is that whoever the you are, now, if you look at the closed board, that means number 1 has already received a total of $450. Okay?
Correct.
So is that like a circle, like the closed one?
Yeah. So number 1 has already moved over to the second open circle. Okay. Now, number 2 also appeared on the second open wheelhouse. All right. So that at that point, that means you have received again $150 because each of those received $450, and they actually took another $150 and came back to make some more money. Am I right, David?
You're 100% right. So now you're even again on that board.
Yeah. Awesome. So now, what could happen next? What could happen? We want to hit the button and let them tell us what's going to happen next.
Yeah, because this video really explains things well.
Here we go.
Now, their friends each complete their matrices. They follow them, and you receive 4 more donations, bringing your total to 450 without any extra effort.
Now let's stop it right there for a second.
Okay.
Does everyone understand when it says without any extra effort?
Those are people that I've already brought in.
Right. You did absolutely nothing. You didn't do anything to receive another 6 donations.
Right.
That's the Mobius loop that no other company has, and that's the follow me system. It's a true follow me system. So you just received another $450 and you did no extra work.
I didn't do any extra work. No.
Nothing at all.
Wow.
All right, we can keep going. That's the beautiful part about this system. No other system does this.
Wheelhouse. And guess what happens next? Yep, another wheelhouse opens for you to receive another 450. Here's the best part. You can invite as many friends as you like, and you will always get half. And the more friends invite friends.
But let's stop there for a second.
Okay.
So you see 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you invited all those people, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now look at number 7's got 9 and 10 below them. And number 8's got 11 and 12 below them.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, they got 2 donations. They're even, and they haven't done anything yet. That's called spillover.
Wow.
So number 9 is sending a donation, $75 to number 7 and $75 to you. Number 10 is sending $75 to number 7 and $75 to you. But number 7 hasn't done anything yet.
I don't know of any other system that does that.
Well, that's the way I build the system, so that we all work together, we all cooperate together. And if I help you make money, you receive money, that's going to inspire you. If you see those 2 people in your system and you didn't get anything, that's not going to inspire you.
No, but if I think, holy cow, I didn't do any extra work for that, that's going to inspire me to actually get out there and promote too. Yeah,
exactly. Thanks, Earl.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me go.
Yep.
Imagine 450 multiple times a day. That's what happens in 50/50. Join us now and become a part of the fastest growing crowdfunding cooperative in the world. Get the donor key of your inviter and register at 5050fast.com. Join us now and let 50/50 wake your dreams up.
Wow.
So you can open as many wheelhouses as you want.
No, you can't. You only have one wheelhouse at a time, because you only need one. And here's something else that's very, very important to understand. You don't need to take the number 1 position and the number 2 position and the number 3 position, because all you're doing is making yourself work more. You're separating your teammates from one another, so you don't get that everyone cycling and helping one another. So it's a really bad idea to take more than 1 position. So don't do that. And the thing is because it's dynamic, if you take that number 1 and 2 position, it doesn't mean that number 1 and 2 are going to fall in the number 1 and 2 spots on your next cycle. Okay. So you only need 1 position, and everybody keeps cycling back in under you. So don't take another position. Next thing is never give anybody away in this system, because if we already know that Earl is a stud, right? So he's a superstar. So if I invite Earl and I give him to Conan, the best that can happen is that Earl will land on my 2nd level. He can never land on my 1st level. And none of his teammates can land in my matrix at all. And here's the other thing. If I give Earl away and Conan doesn't do anything, and Earl's out there working his butt off, he's going to say, look at this. I keep giving Conan money, and there's no team support. There's no team love coming from Conan. I'm quitting. I'm going to work with somebody else, because he's going to be doing all the work and Conan's going to be benefiting, but Earl's not getting any benefit. So never give people away, because you always want to keep your strong people. You want to keep your team together so that you all keep cycling together over and over and over again. And if you give people away, you're giving money away. Plain and simple.
You don't want to leave money on the table, right? No.
You're not even leaving it on the table. You're just giving it away to somebody else. Wow. You're putting it on somebody else's table.
Dexter, I see you back. You got any questions, Dexter?
No, I'm following. I understand.
Okay, awesome.
Where are you from, Dexter?
I'm from Costa Rica.
Costa Rica? You have an African accent.
Oh.
Where's your family from?
I am Jamaican descent.
Okay, cool. Nice. Welcome to the team.
Thank you. I'm waiting for the Spanish advertisement.
Yeah, we've got a gentleman that says he's going to start doing it for us, but a lot of people say they're going to do things, but they don't necessarily do it. So if he doesn't do it in a timely fashion, then I'll just get it done by a professional.
Yeah.
By the way, Costa Rica. I've got to get down to Costa Rica. I hear it's beautiful.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And even the uproar or whatever's happening in the neighbors, we're still at peace. So
yeah, exactly. You know, Costa Rica had a bad reputation for a while as far as tourists goes, but I think that's pretty well cleaned up, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be. My wife and my son was there last summer. They had a ball.
Yeah, and there's some places in Costa Rica that are just absolutely beautiful. Yeah. I've been to Panama and I've been to the Dominican Republic and a lot of the other places down there, but I haven't been to Costa Rica yet. But
I've been to Montego. I've never been to Costa Rica.
Yeah,
Costa Rica is where I wanted to retire and move to, but I haven't.
Where's that?
Costa Rica.
Yeah, Costa Rica is pretty cool. Well, listen, Earl, am I correct in assuming that everyone here all knows about Co-op Crowdfund as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is now time our co-op crowdfunding. These are all co-op crowdfunding members.
All right, awesome. Now I'm going to tell you something really, 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 really special. All right.
All right.
And I'm going to take the blame for why co-op isn't going boom, 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 boom. And I'm going to explain why that happened. Right. So we get off to a really good start. Then we had our payment system went down. That caused a little bit of an uproar. It also meant that outgoing payments were delayed by about 4 weeks. But as soon as we got the new payment system in, everyone got paid and got their payments. Then we were going along beautifully. We had our new banking system was working great. We had the 25. It was sizzling along beautifully. Everyone was happy. So then all of a sudden I got a call from several of our teammates, and they said, David, we need to have a couple of more levels. We need to give people some choices. Specifically, we needed a lower level because not everybody had $50, right? So we needed a lower level so that people could join. So that's why I created the 10 euros, which is about 15 US dollars. So I created the 10, and then I also created the 100 euros. Now, in doing so, I knew that it was going to cause an uproar, right? And I knew that some people would quit. I already knew that. I made the decision for all of us, for those that want to stay. We needed the lower level for the people in places that had difficulty coming up with that $50. So we needed the lower level.
Especially other countries too, right?
Exactly. Well, no, not other countries. Listen, I know a lot of Canadians that can't come up with $50 right now. I know a lot.
Also, it would help other countries too. Yeah.
Exactly. So it helps everybody to give them the opportunity to come into the system. Now, as a business owner, do you want someone coming in at 10 euros or do you want someone coming in at 25? I wasn't doing this as a business owner. I was doing it for the team. Because if we can get people into the system, show them that the system works, it benefits us all. So when I did that, I knew it was going to cause some grief. The one thing that I didn't factor in, though, is I didn't realize that the 10 and the 100 would cause grief with the banking system. It caused grief with the banking system because now we introduced a new banking system. We introduced a new 10. We introduced a new 100. And when you do that with such a complex system, because Co-op Crowdfund runs on 27 different servers. There's 27 different servers that make Co-op Crowdfund run. When you do that, it takes some time to make things run smooth. And I've been doing this for a long time, and I know now to make sure that I plan before I execute something. But I said to myself, the banking system's working great. Look at how smooth and beautiful everything is going. The 25 is working great. Look at how smooth and beautiful everything is going. We'll just put these new two systems in there and boom, everything's going to be perfect. Well, it didn't happen like that. So there was another delay once again on people getting paid. Did anyone lose any donations? Absolutely not. No. All of the donations now were sent last week. So now this week, everything's going to be caught back up. And everyone's going to have all their donations and everything's going to go smooth again. Now, for the benefit for all of us that stayed, we have two of the best systems on the planet. We got Co-op Crowdfund. Now, let me explain Co-op Crowdfund so everyone knows what to do because we've been complicating it. It's not a complicated system. It is so uncomplicated. It's like it's too good to be true is what people keep saying. But here's how uncomplicated this system is. When you register, you decide where you want to get in. If you want to get in at the 10 euros, get in at the 10 euros. If you want to get in at the 10 and the 25, get in at the 10 and the 25. If you want to get in the 10, 25, and 100, get in the 10, the 25, and 100. So that's your first step. Your second step is wherever you came in, invite 3 people.
3 people.
3, not 30. 3. And when you invite 3, yours is free, right? You still pay it on your credit card, but it's free. Then teach them to do the same thing. When you have 3 who have, now you want to invite 3 because that means that your donation is now covered. So instead of it coming out of your pocket, it's coming out of profit. When you have 3 or more who have 3 or more, that qualifies you. Now you're receiving the maximum amount of donations on everything that happens in your system.
Co-op. Yeah.
Right? In co-op, exactly. Now think about this. You spend you spend $15 a month US. You invite 3 people to spend $15 a month US. They duplicate. Now you can sit back, put your feet up, drink pina coladas for the rest of your life. Are you rich at that point? No. But you see, as long as you continue and maintain your position, then week after week after week, your donations will continue to grow because your teammates are doing the same thing as you. They're each getting 3 people, not 3 people a week. Just get 3 and maintain your position. And your donations will continue to grow. Now, if you get your 3 this week and your teammates get their 3 next week, then that's a really awesome thing to do. Now, to get 3 people in a $15 program shouldn't take you a week, but let's say it does. That means in week 2, you're free, right? Cool. Or sorry, in week 1, you're free. In week 2, you're now qualified because you have 3 who have 3. In week 4, when it's time for you to pay again, you've made, I think, $120. Are you rich? No. But are you on your way to being rich? Yes.
Absolutely. And it would buy me some groceries too. Right?
Exactly. Because now when you get up to your sixth week, you're only at $1,700. Are you rich? No. But what have you done? You registered, you helped 3, and you maintain your subscription. Now here's where the beauty starts to happen. Because when you transition from week 6 to week 7, you go from 1,700 euros to 4,200 euros. Now, here's the significance of 4,200 euros. 80% of us here in North America have a monthly nut, meaning that this is how much it costs for us to maintain our livelihood of under $4,000. So if you got 4,000 euros coming in, you're now covering the expenses for 80% of the population in North America. But here, check this out. When you transition from week 7 to week 8, it goes from 42 to 10,300 euros. And
holy
when you
cow.
Yeah, but here it just keeps getting better. When you transition from week 8 to week 9, it goes up to 43,000 euros. But it gets better because when you transition from week 9 to week 10, it goes to 175,000 euros. And then when you're still sitting back doing nothing, you got these bonus things that are going on all over the place. Oh, sorry, those were the wrong amounts. Those were the amounts for the 25. All right. So, but here's the bottom line. At 15 euros, invite 3 who invite 3, you're ultimately going to get up to 400,000 euros a month, which is about 450,000 US dollars. So put your hand up if you think that $450,000 will make a difference in your life.
Amen, brother.
Amen, right? The answer is yes. So why would somebody quit co-op crowdfund? Right?
At that point, why would you quit? You'd be silly to quit.
Exactly. Now I'm going to say
ask myself that every day. Why?
Exactly, right? But now that we've got everything working properly, we're ready to sing with this. And I'm going to be on the calls. I'm going to be on the lines. I'm going to be helping on team calls and stuff like this. So we're going to get this baby singing. Everything's working properly. No excuses anymore. Now here's the really cool part. I haven't heard about this before. Is most companies have a feeder system, right? And if the company is right, and if the company's $100, then they got a feeder system of say $25.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We got a 10 euro system. We got a feeder system of 150.
Wow.
Right. So right. So use 50/50 as your feeder system, right, into co-op, because 50/50 does something that no other system does. Or sorry, what very few other systems do is that it puts money in your pocket immediately, right now. I call Earl. I say, Earl, do you like the system? He says yes. He registers. 3 minutes later, he sends me a PayPal.
You made money.
Right? So it can happen right now. So people need 50/50. Yeah. And 50/50 is crowdfunding. It's team crowdfunding. People that are in other systems are going to say, oh, it's a pyramid. There's no product. It's a pyramid. It's one of those, it's illegal.
How do I fix that? Because I'm getting a lot of it.
But it's
like
not.
When I showed my family co-op crowdfund, they told me it was illegal. I said, no, it's not. I said, if I want to give a donation to someone, I can do that. My dad was like, no, that's illegal. I said, no.
Right. Most people do it every week. Do you remember? Think about this for a minute. And by the way, Earl is great. He shared with me some explanations when we talked a couple of days ago, and I know he does an excellent job in emphasizing all this. But think about this for a minute. 15 years ago, the government there was nothing on a package of cigarettes that said it was bad for you. The government let us keep killing ourselves because they were getting millions, billions and billions and billions of dollars in tax money. And it was costing the government less money for healthcare. Then all of a sudden, healthcare started costing more than the taxes we're receiving. So now all of a sudden the government says, we need to put really ugly pictures on these packages of cigarettes and get everyone to quit, right? Because they weren't making money anymore. Now look at what's happening today. The government's not getting any money from cigarettes, so that tax money's gone. There's fewer and fewer workers, so that tax money's
gone. Yeah.
So now what do? They legalize marijuana.
They say, hey, let's legalize weed.
They've been putting people in jail for 20 years for smoking a blunt walking down the street. And now they're saying, go ahead, smoke all you want. Right? So
insanity.
Right. So don't listen to, the government, the government is going to be saying, they already say that crowdfunding is legal. In every country in the world, presidents use it. Musicians use it.
Actors use it. Look at that movie that just came.
Churches use it. Everybody uses crowdfunding because it works. Now, that a company like Co-op Crowdfund has come out, and this is going to be most people's primary source of income. And you heard me right. I said income, right? It's not a donation. It is a donation.
Well, it is, but it's also income. Yeah.
Right, because most of us that are on this call right now, we're not using it because we broke a leg or that we're building a church. We're using it to pay our bills.
Amen, brother.
Right? And because of that fact, it is income. You need to pay taxes on that. Now, here's the question, because it freaks me out, right? Like, I talked to somebody and they've made 18 cents for the last 3 years. And I show them a system and it's going to make them $100,000 a month. And they say, well, am I going to have to pay taxes? Dude, you made 18 cents in the last 3 years. If you have to pay 10%, 15%, or 25% in taxes,
why would you care? It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's
dude, you're helping our community, right? So yes, you're going to pay taxes.
Well, we all do.
Right? So let's have fun. Let's all understand that both these two systems we are doing are 100% legal. We have now an opportunity to help our friends. We have the opportunity to help our favorite cause. We have an opportunity to help ourselves, and we have an opportunity to help our communities. What we have with 50-50, which I call team crowdfunding, and co-op crowdfunding, which is cooperative crowdfunding, is we have an opportunity to live differently.
People helping people.
People. I don't like people helping people because so many really bad systems have used the term people helping people, and all they're doing is helping themselves.
Okay, so let's help ourselves and other people.
Let's just do things cooperatively. Uber's doing things cooperatively to give millions of people an opportunity to earn extra income with a car they already own. Airbnb is doing things cooperatively to give people that are, like, I got a home here. If I wanted to, if I needed the cash, I could rent out my spare room or my other spare room or my other spare room and make $100 a day off of each room, right? So Airbnb is giving us an opportunity to cooperatively make money with our apartment. WAG, which is a really cool name, they're giving people an opportunity to cooperatively walk dogs in their neighborhood, right? Wow. And Amazon is also a cooperative because they give each of us the opportunity to, let's say I want to sell this mouse, right? If I want to sell it and buy a new one, I put it on Amazon and someone's going to give me $30 for it, right? Yeah. So Amazon is cooperatively giving us the opportunity to buy and sell stuff online. The world is changing. It's going online, and we are going to be a big part of it.
So the world is full of co-ops, really. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And by the way, just in case someone wants to ask you the question, well, when was the first instance of a cooperative, of someone doing things cooperatively in North America? I happen to know the answer.
Co-op grocery store?
No, it was the Statue of Liberty, right? The Statue of Liberty, when France sent it over to New York didn't have any money, so they couldn't build the base and they couldn't put it up. They almost gave it to Philadelphia because Philadelphia said, I'll take it. But then the multi-millionaire of the time who owned the newspaper, he went and put an ad in the newspaper saying we want to keep the Statue of Liberty in New York, and 160,000 people joined that cooperative and donated 2 and 3 cents and $1.50, and that's why the Statue of Liberty is still in New York.
What year was that?
That was the first. It was in the 1800s. I can't remember the exact year, but that's why the Statue of Liberty is still in New York.
Wow!
Awesome.
Wow! That's awesome.
And guys, I just want to remind everybody.
I never knew that. I learned something new.
I want to remind everybody, and I really appreciate. You want to show us something?
Yeah, I found I went Googling for Mobius loop.
and what came up when you found it?
It's a never-ending loop, right?
I found this really neat GIF, and I did a capture page with it. I think it's really cute. I want to show it to you, and I want to see what David thinks about it.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering about that. Is there a lead capture page for 50-50?
Oh, that is awesome. Except I don't want to be an ant.
I know. I thought, what can I find different than ants? But they're worker bees.
Really,
I want people who work like these ants.
Exactly.
Right.
Ants are the most industrious.
Yes.
Industrious beings on this planet.
Right.
Yeah. So, and that's cool. Now, do you see that Mobius loop? The Mobius loop has an inverted twist. It doesn't have a beginning and it doesn't have an end. It just keeps cycling forever.
So is that
trying to visualize what that would feel like.
That's why.
What direction does it go, left or right?
With twists, so they keep going like a figure eight.
Yeah, that's
like
awesome.
Figure eight, Conan.
That's awesome.
You on your when you type
like a racetrack or what?
Yeah, like
it's really cool.
Track. You know, like a number 8 on your.
That's right.
When you feel a number 8.
With a twist.
Twist, yeah.
Because those ants can keep going around that circle forever for infinity. Because there's no end and there's no beginning.
Wow. Yeah.
That's why I call 50-50 the Mobius loop.
So
what was it the first time you designed it? Like you said, you brought it back. What was it, or was it the same program?
It was the same program, but instead of receiving a donation on all 6 positions, you only received it on the bottom 4.
Oh, now we get 6. Yeah.
Right. And by the way, there's no other system in the world that does this. So we've got something unique. We've got something special. We've got a first time. And we, on this call, are some of the first people to be able to take it to the world. And we've had people receive over $20,000 in a single day. And it was their first day.
Oh, I believe it too.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for something to put some scratch in your pocket, make some bank, this is it. Right. So,
well, what I think would be really cool is that co-op crowdfund is great for long-term. And yet if I want fast cash, I can do 50-50 as well. Right.
Exactly.
So like, I wish I would have had something like that years ago. I would have ran with it, but yeah.
Well, you can run with it now.
When we all would have known David 15 years ago, right?
Hey, by the way, my first system is still going right now. And somebody who made a donation in 2002 can still log into their system, and they're still making money from that original donation that they gave in 2002.
Yay!
Wow.
Right? So this is a new system. So I'm going to start inviting those people over pretty soon. And I don't want everyone starting going crazy thinking a million people are all of a sudden going to flood into the system, because I've been out of the loop since about 2012. But still, there's a whole bunch of people that are like probably about 200,000 people that I still got their email addresses. So I'm going to start emailing them pretty soon. So this is going to start picking up steam.
Wow.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, guys, I just want to remind you when we talk about money coming back to the community. You know, David touched on it a few minutes ago. I mean, it's just so much money we can redirect here. You know, like tomorrow I got bills to go pay.
Yeah, exactly right.
Seriously, I got cable bill. I got another $200 cable bill.
Right.
That's tomorrow.
Right.
And that money is not coming to none of my family members. It's not going to help none of my family members. Now, my cousin, uncles, brothers, sisters, that money's going outside of my household, outside of my community. And the cable company is not going to come and give us no assistance because we send that money out.
They're not going to come and say, hey, thank you, here's a donation. No.
Yeah, and not only are they not going to give you any assistance, they're not going to give you a discount.
Give me no discount.
As a matter of fact, not only did I give you a discount, when you fall behind on your bill, which means that you're the one
going to cut you off
the most, they charge you more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I got multiple phones. I thought I turned them all off, but I didn't.
Okay.
So now let's talk about, because, you know, Earl, you just hit on something that is so super cool, right? So as we continue to grow in our cooperatives, we're going to start investing in the people's businesses that join the cooperative. I'm going to get an advisory board together, and we're going to choose selected businesses that we feel are good businesses that we can all send money to. And here's something else which I haven't talked about a lot of, which I'm going to talk about now. We all have a favorite cause, right? Mm-hmm. And whatever that cause is, whether it's MS, whether it's helping the blind, whether it's cancer, whether it's your church, whatever it may be, you can tell people that you are raising funds for that particular cause, right? Because when that money comes in, it's yours.
Yeah.
So if you want to take a portion and give it to the Cancer Society or the Society for the Blind or to your favorite or to your church, you can let people know that you are raising money for that particular cause. And that's a really cool thing to do. So if you have a favorite cause, let people know that you're raising money for a favorite cause. And
if I'm helping out my community, I can tell them that. Say, hey, I'm raising funds to build a new school in my community.
Correct.
Michael?
Yeah, this gets on the ethical side of the issue. If you say you're going to raise money, let's say I say I'm raising money for Habitat for Humanity. If I don't give that to them, there's something wrong.
Well, yeah,
you need to do that.
Like, I mean, it's your money, right? So
yeah. So, but would the
don't have to give
them have a system where you say you're going to give them money that money goes into a pot that goes to or that's up to you?
Well, two things. One, it's up to you to donate whatever portion you want because it is your money, right? So when you go out and you work 40 hours a week and you get your $800 at the end of the week, there's no, you might have given to the Habitat for Humanity earlier in the year, but you're not giving them a piece of every one of your paychecks, right?
Right.
And so it's your money to do with what you want. But if you have a cause that you're passionate about, there's nothing wrong with telling the community that this is my cause. This is what I'm passionate about. And I will tell you something else, that Habitat for Humanity is something I'm passionate about. And you even see it on the Co-op crowdfund site. Right. Food banks are something I'm passionate about. I specifically am raising money for all those causes that you see there. I've set up sites for them. Whatever money,
a portion of your funds you would give to them, and
No, the sites that I set up for Habitat for Humanity and for the food banks, 100% of what comes in there is going to those causes.
Wow!
All those proceeds go there.
100%. So even when that gets up to $1 million a month, I'm still giving it to those causes.
Right.
And now let me tell you something else. So in 2001, I was sleeping in cars. And in 2001, I had to go to food banks. I went to food banks. They put food in my hands.
Yeah.
And I was able to eat because of the food banks.
Yeah.
I had to rely on some of these same services
that you're giving to now.
That we're giving to now. So I know that these things are needed. And that's why the food banks are on my top list, because they help me.
I think it's amazing that you've created systems that we can all use to help each other.
Exactly. Like, I mean, there's a lot of charities out there and some big name charities where, 85, 90% of that money that's coming in, they're not seeing because they're using money on advertising.
Or it's lining someone's pocket. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the beauty about Co-op crowdfund and 50/50, we get the money in our hands. So we take that money. Exactly. Right. We take that money and we give it to whoever we want. If we want
I give to who I'm passionate about. Yeah.
Right. We can walk right down to our local food bank and help our local food bank. If we want to help the school that needs money because the government doesn't have enough to keep that school open,
I can do that. I can walk down there and say, hey,
Right. So here's what I know to be certain is that by nature, we are a generous breed. Yeah. And when we're able to help ourselves, the next thing we're going to do is help someone else. Wow. So that's really cool. Oh my gosh, Earl, I'm sorry, man. As you know, I could talk forever, right?
Givers can become receivers.
I just thought of another system that we put in place. Okay. So I don't know, but in your back office, you can see buy tokens, pay for tokens, right?
Okay.
So there's you can buy tokens. So think about this for a minute. You can buy 100 tokens. each one of those, you can buy 3 tokens, you can buy 10, you can buy whatever number you want. But I'm going to use the number 100, right?
Okay.
So you can buy 100 tokens. When you buy those tokens, it means they're now in your back office. And you now can give them to people in need, right? So you can use those tokens. And when you give it to somebody, it's only those tokens are only activated when you give it to somebody. So if you buy 3 tokens or 100 tokens, it doesn't, the 28-day clock doesn't start until you actually give it to somebody.
Not until I give it to somebody.
Right. And they log in and for the first time, that's when the clock starts. So I was talking to somebody who is disabled yesterday. And they said they had $10,000 because the person that introduced me to him was telling him about 50-50. So I said 50-50 is really great, but 50-50 is for someone who wants to get up and work, right? Because it's not a passive situation. Like if you don't do anything, you're not going to get anything in 50-50. Right? But in Co-op Crowdfund, we decided we're going to help this guy. So he's buying 100 tokens. So we're putting an advertisement on Facebook, and we're going to say, listen, we are supporting this cause, and it's diabetes that we're supporting. So we're going to be supporting this cause, and if you are in need, we want to help to set you up with your own crowdfunding system so that not only are you supporting this cause, but now we can support you. So we're gonna distribute those 100 tokens for that individual who can't get up out of bed at the moment.
Wow.
Right?
That's awesome. I love that.
Exactly, right?
That's true. I mean, that's what the world should be, helping each other out. Man.
Now think about this for a second. This person who needs long-term care only has $10,000. So if we give out those 100 tokens, I can guarantee you that not 100 of those people are going to do something. But let's say 10 of them do, or 20 of them do.
Let's say 50 of them do even.
That's going to create a long-term income for this gentleman.
Amen. Yeah.
And what he's done is he's pledged to give 50% to the society for, and I can't remember the name of the society, but he's pledged to give 50% to the Diabetes Society, and 50% he's going to use for his personal long-term care.
With whatever he needs. Yeah.
Right. So this person, he's not going to get rich tomorrow, but his future is looking awesome because all he needs is a handful of those people to duplicate, and now he's secured his future for the rest of his life.
That's why I love your systems, because they make sense.
Exactly. So we're getting ready to do that on a huge scale. Wow. So if you know people, now you heard what I said, right? Mm-hmm. So he decided to be generous to somebody else, which is the Diabetes Society,
right?
And to help 100 people. And because of his generosity, that generosity is now helping him because it's creating a future income for him. Think about
I get it.
Right? Think about if we all thought that way. Maybe we only bought 10 tokens, right? Mm-hmm. And with those 10 tokens, which is only $150 US, with those 10 tokens, we gave them out, and let's say 30% of those 10 people use the tokens properly. And we're going to be selective in those people that we're choosing. So if we get 3 people out of those 10s, we paid it forward, and now we have our team set. So this is really, really cool. And some really big things are going to start happening with Co-op Crowdfund. And if you want to pay it forward, and I think that's what the link says.
It does. It says pay it forward. And I had a couple people help me out when I got started, and I'm very grateful for that. Yeah.
Right. When I was sleeping in cars, I used my last $8 to go from sleeping in cars in 2001. I got a break in 2002, and I used my last $8. I put flyers on cars. And then I made $50 that first day I put flyers on cars. Then I bought more flyers. I didn't go out and celebrate. I bought more flyers. And I made more money. And ultimately, by 2003, I became a multimillionaire.
Wow.
Right? So doesn't matter what your position is.
Doesn't matter where I'm at today.
How did you come up with the idea of cooperative crowdfunding?
God. Right? I'm a smart dude, but I can't think of all this all by myself. I'm on a mission. God gave me a mission. My mission is to help you. Right? We all have a mission, and it's up to us to find out what it is.
And by you helping us, we're able to help other people. Yeah.
Exactly. My mission, I knew a long time ago, was to help people. And everything I've ever done in my entire life has been designed to better humanity. And this is not the first time that I am having an impact on the entire planet.
You came out with the savings cards, right?
Right.
Every
single one of you that are online with us right now, if you reach into your pocket and you pull out a credit card, on that credit card, you're going to get some type of loyalty points or discount. You're going to get a reward from either the credit card company or the merchant that you attend. That's because of me. In 1985, I created the multi-use coupon, which is a loyalty card. I can tell by looking at us all, we all remember ripping out coupons from the newspaper and magazines and using that to go to the bank. The multi-use coupon was a presentation card. And even, I'm not the first person to come out with presentation cards, because if you remember back in the day, they had the booklets, which were the entertainment booklets. But they used to poke holes in them. So you could go to that one restaurant once and get 50% off. Then they'd poke a hole in it and you couldn't use it at that restaurant anymore. I said, that doesn't make any sense. Let them use it over and over and over again. Get them coming back. So that was the first impact that I had on the entire world. I probably had the very first internet mall. In 1995, I had a mall on the internet with over 1,000 stores. And if you really look at it, gifting is very similar to crowdfunding. They just have a different name. Because in gifting, all you're doing is giving somebody money of your own free will. In crowdfunding, you're giving somebody money of your own free will. Somebody just thought about changing the name from gifting to crowdfunding, and all of a sudden the government thought it was legal and a good idea. So prior to 2002, we didn't have no global donation system. In 2002, when I launched that first business, we were in 50 countries with 44,000 people in the first 3 months. That, I believe, was the first international donation platform in history. And that's why we have crowdfunding today. I believe, I could be wrong in that particular instance, but I know I had a big hand in making donations global, automated, and on the internet. Because we have almost 1 million people using the system that I created right now, exchanging money between each other. If I went to the Ukraine in 2012, or if I went to Bogota in 2012, they'd throw a ticker tape parade for me because I helped their communities so much. In the Ukraine, they had a poster of me on the side of a building. I'd never been there, but imagine this black dude. They had a poster of me in the Ukraine, right? So it's pretty cool. And all of us that are online right now, we're all going to experience something awesome. Somebody is going to call you up and they're going to say, thank you. Thank you for introducing me to this program. It saved my marriage. It saved my church. I was able to pay my telephone bill, which meant I could keep my job and keep making money. You're going to hear story after story after story about how you, not me, you, how you help somebody. That's going to make your day, right? And that's what it's all about. So I'm going to shut up now, Earl, because I can talk forever. Can't hear you,
One
Earl.
thing I was wondering about, David, is there a lead capture page for like I know in the back office you have that.
There isn't yet. I'm creating some of my own, And pretty soon I'll have the capture pages in the back office for 50/50. But it'll be available soon, but it's not available yet. I'm trying to work with a particular company, and I'm hoping that they give everybody at least one free capture page so that they can set up their campaigns and I don't have to build the system, because I'd rather. Is
that what the Elite System Pro was in the back office of?
It's Sales Pages Pro that we have in the back office of Co-op Crowdfund. I created that system. There's way better systems that are out there, so I'm trying to negotiate with a couple.
Because it would be good to have one for Co-op Crowdfund as well.
Well, it's already for Co-op. We're trying to get it now. We're setting it up for 50/50 as well.
Okay, Dexter, did you have a question?
No, I don't have a question. I'm just here thinking how to improve my presentations and get more people on my team.
All right, so I'm going to help you right now. You ready?
All right.
Okay, when I set up my first system, and I bumped into people that I know, and they know I built the system. Nobody knows the system better than I do, so I could explain it.
Yeah.
I said, watch the movie, read the FAQs. When you watch the movie and you read the FAQs, let me know what you think. And if they came back to me and they said, David, I didn't get it, I said, watch the movie again.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the two videos that we have, they're actually excellent for explaining 50/50. So for 50/50, just use those two videos. Tell people, go watch the video. I'll call you back in 15 minutes, read the FAQs. We will soon have a video that is as compelling for Co-op Crowdfund. When we do, it'll make things a lot easier. But let me ask you guys, you've all seen, we just watched that 2.5 minute video. I found that pretty compelling, and I think it explains things very quite nicely. Does anybody have any, do you think we need to add anything to it?
I like it the way it is.
I like
Who created it? Because that sounded really good.
It's simple and it's very, I mean, when you get done, you understand exactly what's going to happen, and it's simple, easy.
It sounds like to me that Conan is blind.
Mm-hmm.
And he got it.
So,
yeah, I got it.
If the video speaks to the world, okay, and we're looking at pictures, say pictures are worth 1,000 words, and there's no picture to a blind man, and he get it, I think it did a job. It
did your job.
And I can tell you that by the end of the week, I'll have one for the 50/50 CF, which is a 250, 500, and 1,000. Now, let me explain that for a second, right? Mm-hmm. So if you come in for $1,750, which is a lot of money, right? So don't do it if you don't spend your rent money and do it.
Yeah.
But if you come in at $1,750, it means you're on all those levels, and never again will you need to send out those donations. The mm-hmm. first person that comes in, you got half your money back. You got $875, boom, with the first person that comes in, right? Mm-hmm. So don't be afraid of those higher levels if you have the money.
Yeah.
Don't get into the higher levels if it means you're spending your rent money, or you're spending money you're spending your telephone money, or you're spending, money that you're supposed to be using for little Johnny's new shoes. Do not do that, because we're going to be here for years and years to come, right? Mm-hmm. So only get in when you can. But whatever levels you can get in, it's in your best interest to get into them sooner rather than later, because you only have to do it once. And as soon as one person comes in, boom, you got half of that donation back. Second person.
So even if I only have 150, that's fine, right?
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, so you come in where you feel most comfortable, because it's in your best interest.
Right.
Okay.
Awesome.
I got it.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See, he's smiling a lot more than he was since in the beginning.
No. When I get it, then I feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm really excited because when I started doing those numbers, and I found out that we were paying in America $596 million a day to cell phone companies. And that's real money going out of every community around the world. I mean, in the United States. That's just in a population of 325 million people, and 308 million is paying into the telephone company, and there's no community reinvestment at all. And guys,
we're not getting anything for it.
No, here we build a community of people, and 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
100% comes.
100%.
Yeah.
Look, I created the system. When you make a donation, this is how much I get. Zero.
Yeah.
Zero. And guess how good I feel about it? I feel awesome because it created a system for you, right? I get zero from all the donations that go out because it doesn't even hit the system. You. And I can tell you, I feel so great about that because it's a system that helps us so that we can help others.
Yeah, and the reason
what's great about it is you don't have anything over me. Like if you don't get any donations, you don't get paid either.
That's right. If I don't invite anybody, I don't get anything.
Yeah.
Right.
And the reason I keep mentioning that, guys, is because when you pay your next bill and that money's going outside your household and it's not sending any dividends back in, I want you to get sick. Okay? I want you to get so sick that you say, I got to go tell someone about 50-50 and co-op crowdfunding. Guys, I'm going to just be honest with you. I mean, okay, real quick, I'm going to say this now. Here's a system, one system that says if you pay 15 American dollars, you can make 400,000. 400,000 residually. Now, what if they said
every 28 days?
Every 28 days.
Every 28 days.
Yeah. And what if they said it's going to cost you $10,000 to get started?
Even if it costs you $300,000, you're still $100,000 up.
Yeah. Yeah. So but he didn't say it will cost you that money.
No, it cost you $15. Who doesn't have
$15? Guys, listen, I'm telling you, we sitting on, and I'm just going to be honest. Okay, so I saw cooperative crowdfunding when it started. I was right there. I talked to David, same setting that we're in right now. He reached out to me through another person and said, let's take this through the roof. Okay. All right. And I saw it happen. I saw it manifest. I saw so many people coming to the platform. Right. I mean, they came too in droves. And now here we are with 50-50. And you can take it wherever you want to take it. And when those conference calls started, well, how are we going to take this? Because he's trying to build something he got to manage forever. He's looking for mindset freedom, time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. Because this is what working online is supposed to be. So if you build a monk, so you got to manage 24/7, you're going to have to deal with it. Okay? But as we begin to see people coming to the platform and those donations, because people get excited when they receive money. When you're dealing with a program and nobody's getting paid, that gets boring.
Right. And here's the thing, right? Here's a super cool thing about 50-50 is that every single time one of us makes a donation, two people are getting paid.
Awesome.
Immediately. So we're going to have testimonies like tomorrow. Now, Earl.
Yeah.
You haven't shared with your friends what happened to you. Right? So
yeah.
I called you on the telephone. I said, do you want to get in? You said yes, right?
Yeah.
So you got in.
Yeah.
How long did it take me to call you back?
You instantly, just about.
Like within 3 or 4 minutes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And what did that message say?
Yeah, basically I got paid.
Yeah. Right on.
$375. Actually, it was
200 feet, right? 250 or something like that.
Yeah, $250. You were only in for 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is real. And this is real.
That's awesome. What do you got?
Right.
This is real. This is real. Yeah, so instant money, and we're sitting here at the beginning of this thing because he's just bringing it back, you know? And people are in need. So,
no one's seen this one before.
Yeah. Yeah, so I appreciate you for taking the time out and being transparent and coming here and giving it to us like this so that we can get busy.
By the way, I wanted to just say thank you, David, for your Mr. Rosen.
No, David. If you call me Mr., I'm gonna feel my age.
Oh no, I just wanted to say thank you for your understanding of my situation, and if I did offend you in any way, I apologize. Like, that letter wasn't meant to be mean or anything. It was just that it's just tough when you're struggling. But I thought you'd understand because you've been there, right?
Yeah. So listen, I don't want you guys trying to figure out what Conan's talking about, right?
No.
My wife, I told him no.
Awesome.
I said, "Oh, that's okay."
So Conan sent me a letter earlier, wondering where his donations were. So I sent him a quick e-transfer so that he had money in his pocket today, and told him to send the donations to me once he gets the funds.
As soon as I receive it, I'll send it back. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's so nice of you, David. That's so nice.
I do things quietly. I never would have said anything, but I didn't want you guys thinking that Conan and I had something going on.
No, it's just no. This Team Elite has been really good to me. They've helped me out a lot, more than my own family would. I mean, I don't really have one, but it's hard when you're on your own and you're struggling. It's like,
we are your family, man. Let me tell y'all something. I want to address that for a minute. In my lifetime, I'm on my half 100. Okay, and I've had plenty of associates, but you guys, I rarely call people my friends, but you guys are truly friends. Okay. And I can honestly say that I love you.
Nice.
I'm just being real. Because, see, it's all about relationship.
I believe it.
No, this is true. It's all about relationship marketing. And I'm telling you. And with the relationships that have been nurtured in this network of people, I feel just like you guys are my family. And Earl will tell you, I told him instantly, if anything ever happens to me, to let you guys know instantly. Because I feel like you're family. Okay?
Right. And Earl, it's really important that we make sure that all of us here don't think that those are just words. They're not just words, because
real.
Unlike most businesses that you join, co-op crowdfund, 50-50, they're going to outlast us all. So these relationships that we're building right now, in 20 years, we're going to be talking on the phone to one another the same way. Well, we'll probably have some new technology by then.
Actually, we're going to have a vacation somewhere where we're going to all meet
another, right? But this really is our family. Like, these people that we're connecting with right now, they will be with us perhaps longer than some of our friendships.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
In the first system, almost 1 million people joined. Of those 1 million people, I probably talked to maybe 15,000 of them. Because I'm on the phone all the time.
Yeah.
Of those 15,000 people that I voiced with, there's only 3 that I had to block.
Wow.
Right? Because for some reason, what we're doing here is so uplifting, even bad people become good people.
Awesome.
Right? So, and people can't scam the system.
Wow.
Right? These people that think that they're so smart and they want to rig the system, they want to do this, they try to scam the system by buying 6 spots or doing something wacky.
And then you find out who it is and you terminate them.
Well, no, I don't have to do anything, because if they do that, then they're stuck.
Yeah. Awesome.
Or if they say, I'm gonna get my spot and I'm gonna take the 2 spots below me and I'm just gonna sit there and I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
You're stuck.
Yeah, they're silly because they're stuck.
Right. So we got something that's pretty cool here. I'm gonna stop talking. As a matter of fact, not only am I gonna stop talking, I'm gonna get off the phone because I won't shut up. Okay. And we all have lots more to do. So I'm gonna bow out, Earl. I'm gonna give this call back over to you. I want to say thank you for having me on the call.
Awesome.
Let you know I'm available every Monday if you want.
I wanted to say one thing before you leave.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing too. Cheryl, how many businesses have you joined that you have no idea who the owner is? Well, tonight the creator's right here talking to you. I mean, you gotta love that too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Michael, you want to say something?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you to Cheryl. She's been very helpful for me, and I'll be the first one to admit that I'm having a tough time getting this going. I've already talked to all my friends and family, and they've all said no. So let me do this for you. Let me do this.
Join the NFL club there, Mike. Just like me.
Guys, listen. Okay. So just like David came, we had a multitude of years of experience, success and failure. Now, I want you to take some notes. If you would just do the readings, you need to go get the book, Go for the No. Okay? Go for the No. The book, Go for the No, tells you that you got to do the numbers, man. You just have got to do the numbers. You go through 100, 97 going to tell you no, but you're eventually going to get your 3. If you do the numbers, you're going to have success. And let me just tell you one more time. And the book also tells you to start with your family and your friends because they're going to be the first ones to tell you what.
No.
So it gets your immune system to know. It makes it build up, and you say, hey, right, this Michael, you're my cousin, Mike. Hey, Mike, I got this thing online, man, that I'm doing. It's truly a blessing to me, and I need you to help me get qualified so I can make some money, man. And I say, and you say, Earl, you're gonna try 100 of those things, and I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna say, thank you, Mike, I appreciate it. But I gotta go call Joanne right now. And you say, what did you just say? I said, thank you, Michael, for telling me no, because I gotta go call Joanne right now. You say, what's wrong with Earl? Why are you telling me that? Why you say thank you? Because the book tells you that if you go through those 100, every time a person tells you no, it's gonna put you closer to your 3 yeses.
Now let me add to that.
Go ahead.
Right, because most systems are very difficult for people, and people have a right to say no because they don't know how to do the systems. So most of them are very difficult, and they don't read the fine print, and that's why they keep failing.
Awesome.
These 2 systems that you have right now are awesome. And the thing is that what it says on the site is exactly what we need to do. Michael, you have probably talked to your family in the last 2 years about 5 or 6 different things on it, and that might be low.
Yeah.
Of the 5 or 6 different things that you talk to your family about, you're not doing those 5 or 6 things today.
Right.
So they say, well, Michael, you're just doing the same thing you did, the last 6 times. So here's what to do, because I've watched it, I've seen it, I've experienced it, is that for our family members, no is the go-to answer. But because our system works and you are going to get results, when you stick to it and you call them next week and you say, hey, Joe, you remember I told you about 50-50 or I told you about co-op crowdfunding? Well, I'm still doing it and it's really working. It's being successful for me. They'll still tell you no. Then, 2 weeks from that point in time, you tell them, listen, I'm still doing this and I'm still being rewarded. So in 2, 3, 4 weeks down the road, when you've proven that the system works and you've proven that you're going to stick with the system, that's when your family's going to say yes. And the most important point, especially for 50-50, don't try and explain it to them. Send them the video. Watch the video. And if they still say no after watching the video, say, you know what? I said no the first time too, but listen, let's have a drink on Sunday. I'll talk to you later. Next week, send them the video again. It'll sink in.
Yeah. Word. Thank you, Dave.
All right. All right. So this time I'm really getting off the phone.
Okay. Thank you, Dave.
So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Earl.
Thank you for coming on, David.
My pleasure. And by the way, Cheryl is a real born leader.
Awesome.
Right?
Amen to that.
Amen.
He's a real born leader.
Amen.
Earl's a real born leader. You got a good crop of people there. Listen to them. They've always got something good to say, and they will lead you in the right direction.
Wow, I came in into a great team. Yeah,
you did indeed. All right, guys. Thanks and good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, so Ms. Sure, you want to tell them our next move as far as, okay, so guys, you guys seen the video, okay? So it is what it is. Like I told you the other night, you go into Walmart, and when you walk through the front door, there are 1 million items in that store, starting with from toothpicks to watermelons. Okay, and you guys, if you only got one thing to offer people, a lot of times it's not going to meet them where they are. So now you got something else in your Walmart. Okay, not just one item to what if no. Okay, so let's go there for 1 second. What if you walked into Walmart and truly only thing they had was watermelons? How long would you stay in the store?
I'd walk out because I'm not a fan of watermelons.
Okay, so what are you a fan of? Just give me one item. One item.
If they had strawberries, I'll buy strawberries.
Okay, so now look at what just happened. Okay, we got a Walmart that has watermelons and strawberries. Okay, and one more thing, Dexter. What is something that you would buy out of Walmart?
Mangoes or pineapple.
Okay, so now see we got 4 items now. These are items that, listen, y'all, I want you guys to get this. These are items that they're saying they will buy, not think about buying, but buy. So when you got your store and you're only offering 1 item, how many customers do you expect to have?
Winter boots.
Not very many, but when I got more items in my store, I can expect different people to buy different things.
Exactly. So you got to have something that'll meet people where they are, and you have to lay it out to them and let them see it and make a decision. And that's all we're doing here. So we're not just saying, well, why y'all keep doing so many of them things? Well, it's totally up to you guys. People are making money every day. I'm gonna go pay that light bill tomorrow. I mean, that cable bill tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna go.
None of that comes back to you.
None of it's coming back to me. It's gonna happen. Okay, because it's something that somebody laid out to me. I don't use count. I don't. Well. Okay, we were talking about. Okay. All right. So my wife says, because I was gonna cut cable off. I'm gonna tell you right now. But my wife says, since I need lights, she actually pays the light bill. She said, if you cut the cable off, I'm cutting the light bill. I'm just being real. I'm being real. I'm gonna tell you every time. So I'm just being real with you guys. So this is your platform. Just go show it to someone and just simply let them make a decision. Okay, so we're here to show you things and let you make a decision because Ms. Cheryl showed you guys that diagram. Forbes says within the next 5 years, Ms. Cheryl.
I got it right here. You want to see it?
Show it to them again.
Yeah, but the home jobs.
The home-based business industry is going to explode. So, yeah.
Let me blow it up a little bit. Whoops, too big. There, you see that?
Yeah, I'll let you read it.
79.
Somebody think that Walmart now you have to order online.
What's that? What do you say, Andy?
Some of the things in Walmart now you have to order it online.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Online, right?
Yeah,
right.
Order online.
You have to go pick it up.
Yep.
Exactly.
You can read it, Ms. Cheryl.
Okay, so 79 million people are going to open a home-based business in the next 5 years. That's from Forbes.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen whether you offer them it or not. It's gonna happen. So you can show it to them and let them decide, but it's gonna happen. Now, what if you get a percentage of that 79 million and they stick with it?
Yep. And another great one is the one by Bill Britt on how many people he showed his opportunity to.
He was in Amway.
Yeah. And he stuck with it and kept showing it until he found the 11 that made him a millionaire.
Yeah.
After showing it to thousands.
Yeah. You got to jump. Steve Harvey said you got to take that jump, guys. You got to take that leap of faith. And you fail to succeed. You fail in life in order to succeed. You have a lot of failures. Okay? And when you jump, like I jumped this weekend. I really took a jump this weekend. I got in my car and I drove to Baltimore, Maryland, take a look at something that we're currently looking at. And I got my comfort zone. Okay? And I was real sleepy on the way. Okay, and I was real sleepy on the way back, but I made it home. Okay, so it's gonna be when you take a jump, it's gonna be some bumps and some bruises. Okay, but eventually you're going to get over and keep it moving, right?
Right.
So let's take some jumps. And so you guys got to make a decision on what you're going to do. We try to honor our downlines. People, whoever brought you here, ask them, whoever it is that brought you to this platform, ask them if they're going to participate. And if they say they're not going to participate, they may say, I haven't heard about it yet. Well, then what you supposed to do if they haven't heard about it yet? David just told us what to do.
Show them the video.
Show them the video. And then to tell them go to Q&A. Follow the system. The man is a multi-millionaire, and he told us exactly what to do. Show them the video, tell them to do Q&A, and then tell them to call you back and see what they think. Okay? All right, so we're not rushing right now, but when is our next meeting here, Ms. Cheryl?
Well, we're still meeting on Thursdays, but we are, and we'll still meet this week on Thursdays. But what we're going to do is Monday night, 9 o'clock will be our co-op crowdfunding meeting. Okay. We're going to turn Thursday into a general marketing night to discuss other opportunity, or, we'll discuss 50-50, we'll discuss co-op crowdfund, and we'll introduce other things that we think are of value to the team, and we'll talk about general marketing itself. It will just be an open forum for all platforms on Thursday night.
Right.
So you're free to participate, ask questions, whatever, but Monday night will be for co-op crowdfunding. Awesome. At 9 o'clock. If we have something extra special to introduce, we'll again have it a half hour beforehand, but that's only a special thing now and then that might happen, but generally introducing a new thing would happen on a Thursday night from now on.
And we got to find a way to get to work what's up crowdfunding, because I have people asking, they still interested. So we'll find a way to get it back on the platform so we can focus, because we already made that one-time payment for those who want to continue to go. So all the things that we're in Thursday night, we can get updated on them. We can help people on them. We can talk about our marketing stuff, and we just move forward. We need to come be organized and have a structure to go get them 79 million people.
Right. Okay. We're all here to make money. And we know that you need multiple things in this day and age, multiple streams of income. And if we're going to be in business online, we're going to be meeting people and marketing to people, and not everyone has the same likes. As I've done probably more marketing online than anybody in this group, and I have hundreds of people in my system, and I have people emailing me all the time about crowd. I've only been marketing crowdfunding up until today. I sent out a bunch of ads for 50-50, but people email me all the time and say, is this a one-time program? I say, no, it's monthly. And they say, oh, I don't like to do monthly programs. So I lose them, And when David called me the other day and introduced this to me and told me what he was bringing out, I thought, fantastic. This will be a great addition to work along with co-op crowdfunding, because I don't know if the rest of you run into this issue, but if you're talking to enough people, you will. They are looking for something to do online. They need to make money.
Carol, would it be better to have them go into crowdfunding or the 50-50 or what?
Well, like David said tonight, he said use 50-50 as your what's the word?
Feeder.
Your feeder, because people like one-time things that they can put their money into and make some money. And the thing with the 50-50, that's instant money. That's instant gratification. As soon as they bring their 2 people in, they have their money back. And that is, I think, going to be a good way to get people started. So if you're marketing now, start marketing for the 50-50, bring people into that. Then we can bring them into co-op crowdfund for the residual long-term income.
Okay.
And, it can work both of them a win-win. For the people that you already have in co-op crowdfund, you need to introduce them to the 50-50. If you have made the decision that's something you want to add to your, you know, business portfolio. And I've done up a little capture. You saw the little capture page, the funny one I did, but I have one that I did that has the video on it. And all of you that are my personal people, I did send it out to you, so you've seen that. But I can put one. Should I put a page on our team page, Earl, that has the video with some explanation about it that people can use to introduce to their members that doesn't have any links on it?
I think so. I really think so.
So I'll do another page like this that has some information on it. I might put, should I put both videos there or just use this one?
I would do both of them. I would actually do both of them.
Okay.
They're so short. They're so short, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
So
Cheryl. I went on the 50-50 and registered, and it says donor key. What would be my donor key?
You're going to have a number. I mean, if you registered and paid, let me see, my link. Well, your link that you have is your donor key, and I haven't logged in there so much yet.
You want to hit the screen share?
But in let's see, did you register in the 150?
Well, I went to 50-50 and it says register, it says join us.
Okay, so you went to my link to register.
Oh, no, I didn't go to your link. That's what I have to do.
Yeah, don't register without going to my link.
You got to go to, yes, the
you got to
person.
go to my link that
The
I sent
person
out
who brought you on this platform, the person who brought you on this platform.
Yeah, so let me go back to my email.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, so yeah, you got to have a donor key to register. Now, my donor key, if you see, this is my site. And this is, says Cheryl's Hannah's 50-50 Fast Sam. My donor key is 85796. But when you go to my link and you put join us, you know, you're going to automatically be in my, you know, brought in under me. And then you'll have to pay, you know, when you log in, it'll tell you how to make your donations after you join and log into your back office. And so you'll pay the $29, I suppose, as you register. We didn't do the actual registration ourselves. David did it for us when he called us and told us about it. Then we just told him to go ahead and get us registered. So we didn't go through the registration process ourselves. So,
okay, so also for the people who gonna register and you know you're gonna register, reach out to Ms. Cheryl or myself. We need to take you in the back office and show you what you need to do. Somebody send you a donation. The first thing you need to do when you log in, you need to log in, and it's gonna tell you to put your payment information in. Okay. And Ms. Cheryl, do you want to log in and kind of like?
Yes, go ahead and do that. Let me do that. Okay, so after you join this is what your back office will look like. Are you seeing that?
Hold on. Okay, I see it.
Okay, so you click here. It says donations to send. And this shows your donations. Earl, you haven't marked my donation sent yet.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark his being paid.
I send him his donation, and then he has to mark it paid in his, and then it'll show a date over here as a receipt date.
Right, and I can do that. I can do that online right now. Once we
when you get, you're also put in your own form of how you want to receive your donations. And it'll be right up here under Wealth Center, under methods to receive donations. So you can ask for PayPal, Google Pay, Square Cash, Bitcoin, Ether. Those are my, choices to be paid. You can put in whatever choices you want there for people to pay you. And so after they join, they'll come in and they will pay directly to you. Now, if I had donations in here, then they'd be under this donations to look at.
And you see it already showing her how much money she have actually sent so far.
Yeah,
she
paid 150.
Awesome.
Oh.
Make sure show them where to put their payment information is one more time.
Okay, you go up here, there's home and then Wealth Center, and you click on methods to receive donations.
Now, the reason I'm telling you guys her to do that, you see where it said payment method? Marion, see where it say that at?
Yeah, you put the payment method in here, and then you put how it goes, and put a note there if you want, and then it'll put them up here.
All right, so let's say you was gonna use Bitcoin, right? All right, so you would put in okay, yeah, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Yeah. All right, yeah, and then you put your Bitcoin address in there.
Right, address. So you see up here in my list, that's what I have, Bitcoin, and that's my receiving address. I've got Ether, and that's my receiving address.
Mm-hmm.
People have this Cash App on their phone, they can send it to Vegas Shanna. They want to pay me Google Pay, they send it to Vegas Shanna.
Wow.
PayPal, Vegas Shanna at gmail.com.
You even got Ether down there too, huh?
I put Ether too, yeah.
Wow, you bad to the bone. Anybody else got a question? Hey, this training time. Anybody else got a question about how you go back there and set this up? You can ask now. So you, Mary, if you get a chance, you want to unmute? I think you was trying to say something.
And after you log in, right over here on this corner is where you'll find your own personal registration link.
What'd you say, Marion?
I was telling Cheryl, I don't think I got a link.
Well, you got to go to the person who you normally. How did you come to this platform?
She's under me. She got my email, and you should have a link to this page right here, and this is my registration link right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it again, but send me an email, all of my personal people, because the first day I sent this out, I thought I was sending just to my personal people, and there were a few people on that list that weren't my personal, but I think there were people who asked to be on an information list, and I put them on the wrong list. So that email went out to a few people that were not my personal. So if you got that email, don't register here. You're going to go up under, the sponsor that sponsored you, or up above with that person, whoever's going to join. We want to try to honor, everybody's position. But my personal people should have gotten an email with this link on it. And then this right here where it says take action, that takes you to my registration page. And so anyone who doesn't have that email, or maybe you deleted it, not sure if you got it or not, just send me an email again and say, please send the 50-50.
For Andy and Yvette.
Does that mean I have to get in touch with Ken Barrett?
If Ken you want to reach out to Ken and tell him we have a new program, you want to send him the video, okay, and let him review the video and ask him if he want to participate. If he don't, well, then you can come in with my link because Ken was under me, okay? Kenny Barrett. Okay. All right. So also, Miss Cheryl, can you put that link in the chat room for me? And I'm just going to use your link, but just log in with my login information.
Sure.
I want to show you guys. I'm going to click her off because she paid me already. Because when you want to make sure when I was traveling this weekend, and I didn't really have a chance to get to the back office, so I'm here now. I'm back, and I want to do this.
All right, there's the login.
All right. All right, hold on. I got to copy that over to Chrome because it want to go into Internet Explorer, and I don't do Internet Explorer. All right, so let me do a screen share. Guys, you guys would really get excited about this one because it pays fast. It pays real fast.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
When I say fast, it pays fast.
And if you can just get this in front of people who will actually watch that video, I can't imagine that anybody would watch that video and not want to join and not be able to think of 2 people that they could bring in right away.
Can y'all see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see, street signs.
Do you get those every time you log in?
Yep.
Oh,
even on my phone, I got it on my phone. Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's annoying.
Let's see. Okay, hold up. Try it again. Let me try it again. Hold up 1 second. Oops. Let's see if I try that again. All right, mountain hills. Mountains or hills, that's a mountain. That's a hill. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so I'm back there. Okay, so you see the amount, $75. Okay, so let's see. All right, I need to go here. Click donation.
Received.
See where it says donation received, guys?
Yep.
Let me do that here. Okay, so that's Cheryl Hannah. And I'm going to click this button, donation ID. This is right here. Okay, it says donation, mark donation as received. Hello, Earl-Dixon. Please see information about your donation. Please note that you should mark a donation as received if and only if you are in receipt of donation. Please enter the tracking.
It just shows us a black screen. I don't know if it does that on purpose because that's personal information. Or
Oh,
what.
is that right? Is that all they're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me see if I can. Okay, wow. Let's try it again. See if let me stop screen share for a second and try it again.
It might do that on purpose.
All right, it may. Let's see the screen share again.
Because it was just the black screen came up over your page. It wasn't the whole page went black.
So you can't see it now. Let's see.
No, it's still just the black box where that information is.
All right, hold on.
So I think it's doing it on purpose.
Okay. Let's see. Can you see my screen now?
It's not blocking your whole screen. What I'm trying to tell you. Oh, now I can see it.
You can see my screen now, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. So this is what you see when you click on mark as paid. All right, donation ID, sender, payment tracking information, confirm gift receipt. Just hit this button right here. Okay, close this window. Okay,
screen. I think there's supposed to be a place in our back office to mark when we send a donation, a transaction ID, but I couldn't get that page to open up for me. So I don't know if it...
So let me go here and refresh this page, see what happens. Okay. Well, let me see. Sent $150. Where you find? Okay, let's go back and mark. Let me student donation. Okay, let me go back to here again. Home. Okay, click here.
Oops, marked receipt.
Huh?
Marked receipt.
Yeah,
it's got it marked now.
Receipt. Got it marked now?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's see. So let me get back over here. More received. Click here to mark. Okay, so I don't have none to mark. Donation received methods are correct.
Yep. So mine's marked paid now. I mean that you.
So I don't have any to mark then. They're done. Okay. Show us on your screen so they can see the difference. I'm gonna stop screen share. So I did it on my end, and this is what it looked like on her end.
So you saw before my screen, and where Earl's name was, it wasn't. I didn't have a date here under receipt date. Now it has today's date as receipt date.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, and he was telling us, you know, up in here on one of these links in our wealth center, or one of those, when we have empty circles, all of that information will be there for us to track and keep forever for, you know, for our records and stuff that we need to keep. So.
All right, so hope you guys enjoy it. Let's make this money. Start asking people on social media if they would like to join a program that pays you instantly, and see what they say. All right, anybody got any questions before we go?
No, but Joe, I just registered.
Okay.
Waiting for it to come up.
So now I hope y'all know what that means. As soon as Michael pay his $150, Miss Sure gonna get how much?
$175.
You'll get $75.
Yeah, because you'll pay it in two payments, because you'll send 75 to me and he'll send 75 to the other receiver. One
thing I didn't understand is that the video says 450, but when you multiply 475 by 6 is 450.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna show it to you right quick. I'm gonna show it to you real quick. Hold on.
So what is it you don't understand, Dexter?
No, the video does. I mean, I didn't understand. I thought it was. I didn't understand the part where it says $75 for each person that donate.
Oh, well, the donation is $150.
Yeah. So
and 75 goes to 2 people.
Yeah.
So every person you bring in, you're going to get half.
75, yeah.
Yeah. And then you'll get half of every person who falls in your wheel.
Okay.
Whether you bring them in or whether someone else brings them in. But everyone personally bring in, no matter where they fall, you'll get half.
That's $75.
Right.
Yep. And then when
every time your wheel fills up, that's $450.
Wow. It's kind of like that right there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's you. You're gonna pay the first 2. That's 75. That's 150, and then the 75. They get this person get 2 people. 75. That's what 150. That person gets 2 people. That person gets 2 people. So at that point, you got $450.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna come over here and you open up your next center. That's you. Right now, you straight because you got 150. You're gonna do the same thing. First 2 people receive 75. They're gonna receive their money. They're gonna come back over. This person gonna come back over. That person gonna come back over. When they get their 450, they're gonna fall in place, and this cycle just goes over and over, over.
So you're gonna put 150 back in every time. So your actual profit that you can put in your pocket is 300. But you never have to come out of pocket, you know, from the original 150. It's out of your gain.
Yeah. Nice. I like it.
So, and then you can, as you build up the money coming in through that system, you can move up to the higher levels, and your people will move up to the higher levels. So there's incredible income to be made off of it.
Yeah.
You can make a whole lot of money with this. You can make a whole lot of money with this. A whole lot of money. Quick money that you can really feel and pay some bills with.
Yeah. Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, guys. Good night. Get back with the person who registered. I mean, who brought you to the platform in Team Elite and talk to them. And if you have any questions, reach out so we can get some some answers, and then we'll see you on Thursday night.
All right.
Take care.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
All right.
Right.